Hello again YouTube, Mad Dog here, welcome back to my channel. So it's Fatwood Friday, so before I can go ahead and fire up some fatwood and have us a bacon burn, I've got to go get me some. So as you can see, back out in the woods, I'm on the start of a trail up in on the edges of the Derbyshire Dales. So I'm going to go into the woodland that's just a ways off the main road and back off the trail and start me a bit of a fatwood hunt. So come along with me. We'll gather some fatwood and then we'll have us a burn. Yeah! Okay, so as you can see, I'm just stood on the top of a bit of a valley. I'm on a rocky outcrop, so it's a good ways down there. But because I've come off the main path, there is a trail. Let's grab my old little ruck here. It's only a lightweight. I've just got my Kershaw machete and my silky saw in there, and some water, my meds, and a first aid kit as always. Yeah, there's a bit of a trail that the woodsmen have carved in their attempt to thin out the pine trees. Obviously they're not native to our country, so they're trying to return this bit of woodland to mainly a broadleaf coppice. So in doing so, some of the old pines have been felled, and some of the dead standing pines that have been felled consist largely around the root base system of some good quality fatwood. And I've recce'd this pathway earlier on, and just over yonder, come with me, I'll take you for a little walk. There's a rotten old pine, but it is stacked with good quality old mature fatwood, which is what I look for in fatwood. Now this small pine in front of me, you can still get fatwood from that by, as we all know, you know, the nodules. If you cut those off or break them off close to the trunk, you'll get a nodule off that, and inside of which, I don't know if this will pick up, see there, that golden goodness, that's all fatwood, that's solid fatwood. But if you're looking for more substantial pieces, then my advice would be to look for the base, the root system, or the centre limb of an old mature pine, which we have over here. Which, if you walk with me a little ways, I'll show you what I'm looking for. Now, you see this old pine, it's very rotten. But if I go to the root base system of this tree, over here, I'll put all my gear down here a moment. Try and get in here. Right, so as you can see, this old pine, it's very rotten, and it's actually split out, it's wet. But towards the upper centre limb, as in where the old tree would have wied off, because it's been damaged there whilst it was alive, and then later succumbed to its old age, like we all do. This old, almost grey-green portion here is what I would look for when I'm fatwood hunting. I'm going to have a chop and a saw into this and see what I find. I'll set up and I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, so I've got the old silky Zubat and the Kershaw machete. So I'm just going to have a feel around this, see what we can find. Just to see whether it's worth pursuing or not. Okay, it's looking promising. Let's see if we can't chip a little piece off, see what we get. Oh yeah, I can smell it already. That smells good. So, okay. Oh yeah. So, I don't know if this is picking up in this terrible lighting, but that is full of golden goodness right there. Oh yeah. So I'm going to catch my breath again and carry on collecting. Yeah. Okay, so I've moved a bit further along on the way back out to this ridge line, and as you can see, just move this, the sun's shining directly on it, but there's an old tree stump, not much of it left now, but the litter underneath and the cones suggest that it was a pine tree. So because it looks, it's got that old grey texture to it again, and I always say it looks like the old Gothic vampire type of castles, you know, from a distance it'd make like a where Dracula would once live. If it's got that look about it, investigate it. So we'll just give this a little feel with the older Kershaw and see what we unearth. Okay, so yes, as expected, beautiful, albeit small pieces. They are, I don't know if this will pick up, absolutely solid resin. So again, golden goodness right there. I mean, that's enough to get any file it just by itself. But whilst you're here, it's dead anyway. We're not doing anything or anybody any harm. You might as well harvest a bit. It smells fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to harvest a bit of this, and then we're going to move on further up the trail, see what else we can find. Another indicator is the weight. You know, if you've pulled a piece of wood up, you believe it to be fatwood, just feel the weight of it. If it's dry and it hasn't been raining and it's heavy and dense and you're in a pine forest area, then it will probably more than likely be fatwood. Obviously, if it's wet and it's sodden with water, you're going to be disappointed when it dries out, but usually the weight, the smell and the colour gives it away. So anyway, let's move on a bit further and see what else we can find. Back on the main trail. So as you can see behind me, there's some substantial pines around here. And I believe, looking at the work that's been done, the landowners of this bit of woodland are slowly clearing the majority of the pines, especially the new youngsters, leaving the old established trees there, the big old boys. But the young saplings, they're being felled at quite a good rate with the looks. But, okay, we're coming up to another little opening, and it looks like there's been some work done up here, so I'll bring you back. Okay, I've just come up to this little yew tree, just as a side note, and it's got like a hollowed out divot under it. Let's bring you in here, and there are little, I don't know what you call them, symbols and painted rocks and figures, little characters on the floor everywhere. Let's pick these bad boys back up. They've been knocked over, and we've got at Wildlings, Derbyshire, so I guess it's some sort of group, but this sort of thing, with it being under an old yew tree, could be some sort of pagan homage, I'm guessing. But as we all know, the old yew trees were, in old English folklore, were said to ward off evil spirits and the bringer of the devil and all that. So, I mean, that's why yew trees, or one of the reasons yew trees were historically planted in and around English church graveyards, to ward off evil spirits and keep the graveyard and the people at rest there holy. So yeah, nice little side note. It's quite a weird little setup, but bit of interest, something different, I guess. I believe in medieval days and periods after that, that the yew tree was actually well prized for its bow making qualities as well. But there you go, I'm no yew expert. All I know is it's poisonous and toxic, other than the orange berries in the autumn and winter, but do spit out the seeds. They are also very toxic. Anyway, I'll move on. Okay, so I'm coming into that bit of a clearing where you can obviously see there's been some groundsman work being done here, and again, clearly pine trees that have been felled. A lot of youngsters, a lot of saplings. Some bigger pine there that's been felled through the gone through the ferns with me a little ways. Some bigger old pines over there. Let's make our way over there, have a quick look around. Now obviously at this point I'm going to say, I know it's a Fire It Up Friday, Fatwood Friday. I cannot light a fire here. It's stupid to do so as well, with it being so dry and hot. So I'm going to, excuse me, swallow the fly. I'm going to take my findings back home, and I will do a Fire It Up Friday for you guys and lasses in a safer environment. Just bring over here, look at these views. Man, it's beautiful out here. Try not to fall down some of the holes. Bring you up to this old Derby stone wall here. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know if this will make out on my camera, but over in the horizon on that hillside, you'll probably just make out what looks like a lighthouse right in the centre of your screen. And it is indeed a lighthouse. It's called Crouch Stand, but it is actually a memorial lighthouse for the fallen of the wars. You can actually go there and visit and go up the stairs, and it overlooks Wat Stanwell and that area of Derbyshire, and it is a nice place to visit. Derbyshire is a beautiful part of the country. If ever you get the chance, I do recommend exploring in Derbyshire. There's lots of things to see and do, well worth some visits. Yeah. Okay, just a quick look around the haul that I've got today. Oh yeah, so a bag full of golden goodness here. So like I say, I can't do a Fatwood fire here. It'd just be stupid of me and irresponsible. So I'm going to take my haul home and do a Fatwood fire in a more controlled, safe environment. So stay with me and we'll get that done. Yeah. Okay, so we're back home, back by my little fire pit. So we're going to get some of this gathered fatwood that we rummaged for back up in the woods, and just going to get a quick fire going, hopefully have a quick cheeky brew. And over in the UK it looks like we're about ready for a storm coming in, so I'm not going to hang about, just going to wrap this video up. Let's choose, I don't know what we've got here, this little bit, cracking me, the wind's getting up. It's a nice little bit of golden goodness here, so we'll get some of that shaved up. Oh yeah. Let me bring you in here, have a look at some of this beautiful stuff. Oh yeah, bags of goodness. So we'll get this we'll get this bit sparked up, shaved up, and get a brew on. Use the old BPS B1 knife. And, I know you shouldn't, but I'm going to go straight on the deck. It is dry, and for the feel of it, it won't be dry for long. So just grab a piece of scrap wood. Right, get rid of that bit. So I'm just going to get a few shavings. Oh, that smells fantastic. Yeah. So while I'm just scraping a few shavings up, I just want to wish you all the very best for the weekend. Hope you're all having a good start to the weekend. Enjoy your Fatwood Fridays wherever you are in the world. And again, I'd like to thank you all very much for your kind wishes, comments and support as always. Welcome aboard to some of my new subscribers I've had recently. You're all very welcome. Feel free to chuck in the comments whenever you want to. So this stuff is like glass, it's hard. Beautiful. Alright, bring you down here a little ways. I don't know if this will pick up in this light. Well, that is some nice golden goodness right there, and it smells of Christmas. So let's get this fired up and get this fire lit. There we goes. Happy days, can't beat it. Some good black soot coming off that, beautiful. So going to get this in the fire pit now, get me a brew on the go. Hopefully I'll beat the incoming storm. But again, happy Fatwood Friday everybody. Thank you all very much for watching. If you have done to this point, I appreciate it. That's a lot of footage to watch. Just get this in the fire pit. So yeah, have a great weekend everybody. Take care, and until next time, which won't be long, Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.